Hello, world out there.
Welcome to the Modern Day Messengers podcast episode.
Yep.
Question mark.
And we have just received fairly breaking news for a lot of people. Go ahead, Devin.
We just got this. Like, we just recorded the last episode that came out for y'all last week, and then we were setting up to record this other one, which we haven't moved from this table since then.
Right.
And we got an alert that Chuck Norris passed away. And man, like that, man, you make all these. Chuck Norris has had all the superhuman jokes about him, you know.
Right.
Like, he doesn't do push-ups; he pushes the earth down.
That's I was just thinking about that one.
And Chuck Norris doesn't die, or whatever.
Right.
Whatever.
Yeah,
man,
but,
like it just goes into fact that goes in to tell you that everybody has their appointed time. You know, he's looked at as like a super icon, and I grew up watching Walker Texas
Well, I think we all did.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did. I remember sitting at my grandparents' house watching it, and I was like, "Ooh."
But man, the one thing about it is Chuck Norris is was a extreme follower of Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like he loved Jesus Christ, man. He preached Jesus Christ. He didn't compromise his values for Hollywood. We know that he may be gone, but he is in the presence of the King.
That's right.
Because even Paul said, if I get to stay here, then I get to keep preaching Jesus. If I die, I get to go be with him. Either way, I win. So
Win-win.
That's good stuff, ain't it?
Prayers to the Norris family.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had a real, just a good legacy. I mean, he was just everywhere, and so hold on just a second, guys.
What are you doing?
Oh no, hold on, I can't do that.
You can't.
Copyright.
Yeah.
I was gonna play the theme song, but
Oh yeah.
I can't do
I
that.
just thought I was like, I can't do that.
You get us in trouble.
Yeah,
So today-
Trey would have probably
I've been like,
probably
yo,
killed me.
pause it. Anyway, today, Black Rifle Coffee. We're here recording a podcast. We got these espresso, or what is this?
It's
It's espresso cups. Okay, I'm getting tongue tied. It's espresso cups. They're compatible with the Nespresso original machine, and I know that there's different. Now, we've talked to Miss Chris. She's a lady that runs this Black Rifle, and she said that they are, and it says it right here on the box that they're compatible with the Nespresso original. And I know that there's some off-brand K cup,
Yeah, right. There's probably some.
that works with. So I don't know if it works with all those. I don't have an espresso machine at the house, just coffee.
Yeah.
But that's what these are. They're little espresso cups, and we have just black, and then we have espresso mule, of course,
I may get one because I have an
and then
espresso machine.
loyal spirit.
Yep. I like the black lab on there.
Yeah, it's really.
Brown lab, whatever.
Again,
says,
we always talk about the artwork. It's great,
Yeah.
great artwork on them.
So
Yeah, man's best friend meets man's best coffee.
also at Black Rifle Coffee in Ruston, we have these hoodies and and all these other kind of clothes, but they are on sale. How much are they on sale for? 10%?
All right, look, not 10%, not 20%, 30% off
Nope.
of this wall.
Yeah. So drop that one.
So all of these, 30%. Now, this is one of many on this rack over here, but they got several that are kind of itemized. But we got 50% off of some of these long sleeves over here, right here in Ruston, Louisiana, Black Rifle Coffee. There's a whole rack full. We got long sleeve flannels. I'm looking at them. We got zip-up jackets. We got hoodies. And this is just one of many out here. But 50% off here, 30% off there. Y'all come check them out.
Yep. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Oh, we're past the cold season. First of all, you don't know that. If you're in Louisiana, you don't know that. Second of all, why don't you plan ahead? Think about what happened when we had this ice storm and some of y'all lost power. Y'all didn't plan ahead.
I don't even want to think about that.
You didn't have a way of cooking nothing. You didn't have a way to keep yourself heated. You know why? Because you didn't prepare ahead. Prepare ahead.
Hey, by the way, I've got your grill.
I wondered where that thing went.
It's at my house.
Have I been on podcast since the storm?
I think once.
Was he?
I don't know.
I don't
no,
think
it
he
wasn't because the
was,
last
no.
episode
Yeah.
we had was the first one
Oh,
the storm.
That's right.
We had Lori.
Yeah, that's right. So no,
And it was horrible,
dude.
horrible for.
I see the PTSD looking.
Yeah.
Did you plan ahead?
Yeah, because I had to leave my wife and son at home by themselves, because like Devin, and a lot of people talk bad about Louisiana DOTD, but I work for Louisiana DOTD.
You're the problem.
They're the reasons why we had such problems.
Hey, just so you know that we do, especially my unit, my crew, we really take what we do serious.
Yeah.
And so whenever storms start coming in, we are out there working, and it was long hours.
Yeah.
Like we worked, I think it was counting our regular shift, we worked like almost 2 weeks straight.
Yeah.
At least 12 hours a day.
That's right.
And
welcome to blue collar, baby.
Yeah, hey, blue collar, baby. And hey, but I do love my job, and you know, but we do take it very serious when stuff like that happens. You know, because that's, you know, we're emergency personnel at that point in time. So.
Well, lives are at stake.
Yeah,
you know?
it is.
So all jokes aside, yes, we make fun of DOTD. It's just like police make fun of firefighters. Firefighters make fun of police. But in the ultimate thing with all that ice storm, it was not DOTD. It was the idiots on the roads who think they can drive that suck, and they cause havoc on the roadways. Like we had people on the interstate for 48 hours.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
And it was because
and two, I didn't mean to cut you off, but when we were out the night it really hit bad.
Yeah,
we had dump trucks running with salt jaws putting salt
right.
out. And we had it good. We're like, oh, yeah. But everything was melting like we wanted it to. And then it hits. And we're right west. We just passed 507. Like, the only other vehicle at the time that was out on the road was National Guard.
Yeah.
Because National Guard, they came in and helped out.
Yeah. They got big trucks.
Yeah. And they were pulling the 18-wheelers, stuff like that out. But we hit 507 going west. And so the next exit's not till Arcadia, and so we get right past it, and the newer guy on our crew, he's riding with me, and it starts coming down. I'm talking about you can't see, windshield totally ices up, and he's like, "What are we gonna do?" I was like, "Well, we have like two choices. We can either stop here and get stuck, or we can take our chances of running off the road and making it to Arcadia and get back to the barn."
Yeah.
I said, I'm taking my chances.
Yeah, you made it.
Yeah, and we made it. It took us about 2 hours.
Yeah.
To get from Simsbury, turn around to Arcadia, and come back to Russell.
I was stuck.
Yes,
yeah.
Yeah, didn't have no 4-wheel drive.
Man,
now I do.
We talked about it on, I think, the episode Lori was on, but man, it was so annoying because like we had people in these low Mustangs thinking they could drive.
Yeah,
like there was one, I was heading to a stalled car or a wrecked car or whatever I was heading to. I don't even remember. I think it was a stalled 18-wheeler on the interstate. But anyway, I was heading there, and there was literally a Mustang in the middle of like the ice. And like, so you've got the two wear down where people's tires have gone through, and then you have that middle section.
His frame was
and they were basically
teeter-totter.
Yes.
On it.
On it. I was like, what are you doing out here?
Yeah. There's a lot of people like that.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I just want to go see the pretty white stuff. Look at it in your yard.
It looks the same everywhere.
Yeah, like there's certain, and Richland Parish, they started giving out tickets if you were out driving without a 4-wheel drive.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, and people got so mad about that. I'm like, man, y'all don't understand the chaos that it causes people that don't need to be out here.
Yeah, right. and it was so bad. Let's see, Sunday night we came in. And our guys are trying to get back in, and I'm there. I'm the only one there off my crew because they're still, trying to get in.
Yeah.
And then one of the guys from Farmville, because everybody kind of convened in Ruston trying to keep the interstate clear. And our boss, he came up. He's like, "Hey, we got to send y'all towards Shooter on the interstate.
Yeah.
Traffic was backed up, and so we turned around in the first median turnaround. We had to back up 2 miles in the dump trucks all the way to where the traffic was. And then, man, it was absolutely crazy. But we worked 8 days straight on shift. But the good news is it's not quite. We're making progress with getting some equipment. I know we're getting some some dump trucks that's going to be equipped with snow plows, which in an ice situation, that's not going to do you much good. But,
right.
But in what we had, it's just
Sure.
best to stay home, stay off the roads, and let's get it clear. But yeah, they're going to hook us up with some better equipment to better handle these situations, and because it's not one of them things where we need it every year, not like somewhere up north, but when you need it, you need it.
Yeah, that's right.
So, but yeah, it was absolutely nuts. I hope I don't see another ice storm or snowflake in my life. At least till I retire. Then it'll be fine. I'll be able to enjoy it. But
my wife wants to go on a ski trip for our anniversary this year.
ugh,
So
So, I wanted to back
that
up.
doesn't sound fun though.
I want to back up to old Chuck Norris for a second.
No, let's talk about.
all right, let's back up.
What would Chuck Norris do in a situation like that?
Oh, he would have just told the ice to go away, and it would have.
Okay, that checks out.
Yeah, I mean, he just, hey, move. Either that or he would have just, just rode through it because he's Chuck Norris. But anyway,
Or punched it.
jokes aside, you want to know something really cool about Chuck Norris that relates to the shirt I'm wearing?
Okay, hit
So-
me with it.
Well, I know he has his own bottle of water.
C-Force.
So, Carlos Machado,
Okay.
he trained Johnny Lee Smith, who is the founder of Triad. Johnny Lee
Oh,
Smith.
okay,
trained-
yeah.
Johnny Lee Smith trained Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that is cool. Okay,
He trained
That
him
is
in
cool,
jiu-jitsu.
yeah.
So there's
Shout
a
out.
Chuck Norris crossover in the lineage of our martial arts gym.
And how old was Chuck Norris?
86.
86.
yeah, very cool.
86.
Good life.
Yep. So I thought that was interesting. I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, that is cool tidbit.
And then speaking of martial arts, at Triad we have adult and we have kid classes,
Right.
and we have a coach. And you saw the post. I don't know
Yes.
if you did.
Yeah.
But our kids coach is Coach Candace. So she had a little thing that obviously martial arts is for self-defense. It's to keep yourself safe. It's not to just go beat up every
yeah.
person on
Yeah,
whatever.
no doubt.
So we had a few kids that were getting bullied in school that were afraid to defend themselves because they thought, it's not right, violence, yada yada. Coach Candace had a meeting with all these kids like, hey, we don't let people beat us up. We don't let people abuse us.
Right.
Like, you defend yourself. And that kind of goes against the grain of culture today. Like, hey, if you get beat up, go tell a teacher. I'm against that. I am 100% against that. Like, if a teacher's there and they question you, whatever. But if someone is attacking you, we don't let people violate us that way. We God gave us these hands, and sometimes we're called to lay them on people. It never says how hard.
That's
Yeah,
right.
sometimes they can catch them.
Yeah.
And I totally agree with all that, and I really enjoyed that post.
Yeah, but she pours into them kids. It's like, hey, you don't have to make yourself a victim. Do not let yourself be a victim. That's part
Right.
of this discipline.
Right.
The fact that you can control yourself to not be a bully and not be a turd and take what you've learned and abuse it, but to protect yourself and protect others.
Right.
And if y'all are around this area, go check out Triad Martial Arts. They have kids class that start at age 4. And you're not going to find a better set of instructors. Like, when there's these tournaments and our gym goes to it, we always, like, at every tournament we have taken the team award. Like, we never come in second. Like, we are the team in Louisiana.
That's good. That's awesome.
Then we have kids, but I mean, it's kids class, adult classes. We have women's classes. And they have classes 6 days a week. They don't have any on Sunday. I guess maybe if you wanted a private lesson, they may do it. But man, go check them out. They offer a week for free. What do you have?
Awesome.
To lose?
Awesome. But yeah, so us three here, we believe in if your kid starts beating up on our kid, that they have full permission to beat them down. Hey, don't get mad at me. That's just how it is.
Zero tolerance is bull crap.
Yeah. And then also,
They can tolerate these hands.
and and Kyler, with him, he's allowed to stand up for other kids too. So I'm totally fine with that. But yeah, for the most part, we haven't had that problem so much. But
Yeah, I got bullied in school.
sometimes you do,
Yeah.
We
don't go looking for fights, but if they come to our door,
I'm gonna finish them.
yeah, that's right.
Finish 'em.
That's happened to me a few times. So, but
And if they suspend you at school, we'll pick you up. We'll go get a burger and some ice cream.
Yeah.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
That's means for celebratory.
Yeah. Well, look, if
Dairy
you're
Queen.
if you're bullying, like, don't start something you can't finish or you ain't willing to finish or see through, because that's a life lesson that they'll remember forever.
That's right.
I saw a video on Facebook the other day. This big guy, like, he was probably, I don't know, you can't tell height from the video.
Right.
He may have been 6 foot or so, but he was like a real wide guy,
Yeah.
like more fat than he was anything.
Sure.
But he comes up to this skinny guy, and he's sitting here talking, what, I'll beat you, I'll knock, whatever.
Oh, I know.
And the kid pushes him back with it on his chest, and he comes around.
Dude, I
I think
know.
he hits him with the right. Yeah, he pushed him with his left, and he hit him with the right.
Yeah.
And just knocked the dude on his butt.
Dude,
And he just walked away, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm starting on you can't finish.
Yeah, like, man, nah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
It was awesome.
So let's talk about the love of Christ. Well, actually, we're going to talk
Jesus
about
loves
some prison time,
me.
prison time and stuff.
Speaking
like
of bullies,
Yeah,
so,
Paul's getting bullied right now.
yeah.
and my wife just texted me. Chuck Norris died. So,
Yep, it's getting around.
yeah.
Yep.
Man,
Getting around.
that's sad. But
All right. Well, look, we're in Acts
25.
25 right here. We'll start in verse 1.
Give a little overview of what's going
and
on.
we
100%, because Paul just, he's been bound, and then we just read 27 verses in chapter 24, and he is still bound, because after 2 years, Festus succeeded Felix, and Felix wanted to do the Jews a favor, left Paul bound. We know Felix's wife was Jewish. We don't know, why he did or anything like that, but Felix left him bound. He was a governor, but then he had a successor, and he still left him bound, So,
like you said, he leaves. This Porcius Festus guy's over,
Yeah.
and this Jewish leadership, they see a new fresh opportunity to try to get Paul assassinated.
right.
They're and Festus is going to kind of see Paul as like this convenient, like, political chip to earn favor with some subjects. And
That's right. So,
Copy that.
So, verse 25. Verse 25.
Chapter 25.
Chapter 1.
Chapter 1. Chapter 25, verse 1.
That's right. All right. So I'll start us off
All right.
right here.
And go through 12.
Yeah, I'll go
we
through
can break
here.
up 12, then 13 through 22, then
And then
23 through 27.
Yep. Sounds good to me. Now, when Festus had come to the province, after 3 days, he went up to Caesarea to Jerusalem. Then the high priest and the chief men of the Jews informed him against Paul, and they petitioned him, asking a favor against him, that he would summon him to Jerusalem, while they lay in ambush along the road to kill him. But Festus answered that Paul should be kept at Caesarea, and that he himself was going there shortly. Therefore he said, "Let those who have authority among you go down with me, and accuse this man, to see if there's any fault in him." And when he had remained among them more than 10 days, he went down to Caesarea, and the next day, sitting on the judgment seat, he commanded Paul to be brought. When he had come, the Jews who had come down from Jerusalem stood about and laid many serious complaints against Paul, which they could not prove. While he answered for himself, neither against the law of the Jews, nor against the temple, nor against Caesar, have I offended in anything at all. But Festus, wanting to do the Jews a favor, answered Paul and said, "Are you willing to go up to Jerusalem there and be judged before me concerning these things?" So Paul said, "I stand at Caesar's judgment seat, where I ought to be judged. To the Jews I have done no wrong, as you very well know. For if I am an offender, or I have committed anything to deserving of death, I do not object to dying. But if there is nothing in these things of which these men accuse me, no one can deliver me to them. I appeal to Caesar." Then Festus, when he had conferred with the council, answered, "You have appealed to Caesar you shall go."
Alrighty.
So,
Devin?
I don't.
Not much.
I mean, you see this legal proceeding kind of unfolding. The Sanhedrin, they travel to Caesarea to present these serious charges. And it's all like Paul said. These are things that they can't prove. That's what he said. If I did something wrong and you can prove it, I consent to jail. Put me in there. But if I don't, I appeal to Caesar, and just basically time to let me go, kind of thing. Festus wanted to please the Jews. He even asked Paul to stand trial in Jerusalem. So it looks like that Festus is like appeasing to them. But I think Festus knows that there's nothing that he's going to be convicted on.
Yeah,
but it's a political move. It's like, hey, we're going to put him on trial because y'all want him, and it looks like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing for y'all. Like,
That's right.
I'm the man.
Yeah, it's trying to keep the peace. Because Festus. If you have a criminal, especially the Romans, okay, so that they're trying to keep order. That they don't want nothing. They don't want no uprising and stuff like that. And so he's like, okay, this Paul guy hasn't done anything wrong. So he's like, hey, Paul, he said, hey, but do you want to go to stand trial in Jerusalem?
Well,
he asked him, and he's like, no.
Well, because he realized that going there was actually a death sentence.
Right.
So Paul uses his Roman authority, or his Roman privilege.
Yeah. Citizenship
as a citizen. So he gets to appeal to Caesar because he's a Roman.
Right.
Which is one of the benefits of being a Roman.
Well, right here in verse 2, then the high priest and the chief men of the Jews informed him against Paul that they petitioned him, asking a favor against him, that he would summon him to Jerusalem. They would kill and ambush him on the road.
And actually, it's, when you get up here,
where
that is to verse 3, where it talks about that's what they were planning on doing.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's a death sentence.
And so then you have Festus ask Paul, "Are you willing to go up to Jerusalem and stand trial before me there on these charges?" And Paul's like, no, we're not doing that. That's stupid, man. What are you doing?
Yeah,
what are you doing, Festus?
Yeah, so anyway, he conferred with the council, answered, you have appealed to Caesar. To Caesar you shall go. So.
Okay, and then anybody got anything else?
No, that's it. I mean, we're ready to roll.
Okay, did you want to read 13?
I vote Devin.
All right, 13 to, what are we doing, 23?
22.
2?
22.
I don't have a break in mind.
There's no break.
I have it's Festus consults King Agrippa and then Paul before Agrippa.
All right, well,
that's where it cuts off in mine.
Okay, well, we'll get for it. Now, when some days had passed, Agrippa the king and Bernice, I don't know if that's how you say it. That's how we say it around here.
Hey, we got Bernice around here.
Yeah, we got Bernice. That's the way I'm saying it. Arrived at Caesarea and greeted Festus, and they stayed there many days. Festus laid Paul's case before the king, saying, "There is a man left prisoner by Felix. And when I was at Jerusalem, the chief priests and the elders of the Jews laid out their case against him, asking for a sentence of condemnation against him. I asked them that it is the custom of the Romans to give up anyone before the accused met the accusers face to face and had opportunity to make his defense concerning the charge laid against him. So when they came together here, I made no delay, but on the next day took my seat on the tribunal and ordered the man to be brought. When the accusers stood up, they brought no charge in his case of such evils as I supposed. Rather, they had certain points of dispute with him about their own religion and about a certain Jesus who was dead, but whom Paul asserted to be alive. Being at a loss on how to investigate these questions, I asked whether he wanted to go to Jerusalem and be tried there regarding them. But when Paul had appealed to be kept in custody for the decision of the emperor, I ordered him to be held until I could send him to Caesar. Then Agrippa said to Festus, "I would like to hear this man myself." Tomorrow, he said, "You will hear him." I went a little bit further than I was supposed to.
No, you're good. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So King Agrippa II, he's actually the great grandson of Herod the Great.
Herod the Great. That's
Yep.
right.
Nice.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
I love them historical tidbits.
Yep. And, Festus is kind of confused by this theological nature of these charges. This is a religious thing. This isn't a legal thing per se. So he starts asking, King Agrippa for help.
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, that's really the only thing I have from that section.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, then it goes on to talk about, his citizenship as a Roman.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But it's it's playing out.
This whole trying to convict Paul of charges that are not there, it's kind of causing a stink.
And it's reflective of Jesus' trial too. Really, I mean. Honestly,
Well, yeah. Well, that's what I was about to say. It says, verse 19, but I had some questions against him about their own religion, about a certain Jesus who had died, whom Paul affirmed to be alive. And it says, and because I was uncertain of such questions, I asked whether he was willing to go to Jerusalem. And, he just kind of goes through. But, Jesus is mentioned here. And Paul's like, Paul's preaching that he's alive, And so there's a conflict in religious interest that the Jewish people aren't really with, And so that's why they're trying to do all this,
not just religious, but monetary. At this point, the synagogues and the temples probably losing significant revenue.
Revenue, and kind of an illusion of power.
Yeah, so it's a lot. It's a lot going on.
You got to think about it, man. Like, the big picture. Jesus offers freedom,
right?
And then any kind of religious, ceremonial stuff. It's a form of control.
Mm-hmm.
So Jesus offers freedom. Choose me. Choose life. And, you'll be free. You'll be saved from your sin. And then just try to live like me. Try to live a godly life. You don't need all of these rules, but they're preaching like, okay, it's all these laws that save you, which gives them power over the people.
Right.
And so they don't like that. So they are probably financially getting hit and all this other, like you said.
And some of them, all this is, we're just throwing stuff out here a little bit, but some of these guys are, they really think they're doing the right thing,
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
This kind of goes back into what Jesus talked about in Luke 21. I'm just going to read it. It's
go ahead, bud.
21:12 through 15. It says, "But before all this, they will lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and prisons, and you will be brought before the kings and governors for my name's sake."
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
the same thing that Jesus was talking about. This is what the followers of the way can expect, especially back in them days. Because it was, you had all this way of doing religion, I guess you call it, from the old covenant, and then the Pharisees, and they added things to it that was not of the heart of God, but it was more of a rule thing than it was anything. But you're introducing this new way, which was God's way all along. But I digress from that. But so there's a lot of stink about it, and Jesus knew that there was going to be some contentions. Like, obviously he knew, because he's Jesus. But he's even warning his people. He's like, hey, you're going to be brought before kings. You're going to be brought before, courts, and you're going to be prosecuted. You're going to be killed. You're going to, and we're seeing this playing out. This is after Jesus is dead, been killed, buried, raised, and ascended, and it's still going on.
Yeah, and which honestly, I know all this stuff seems bad, but it's when you come into a relationship with Christ, the peace, and especially if you're living in Him, and you're walking in His ways, there's a peace and joy that even in bad times you can't understand. But like this right now for Paul is the promise of God, essentially. Because all this stuff is, this was essentially promised to him. This is what was going to happen.
Right.
And so, I'm sure that even though this, like Devin says, a cup full of suck.
With a free refill.
Yeah, with a free refill. At the same time, Paul, these guys are like, this is comforting. It had to be comforting in a weird way.
Yeah, that's
that
right.
This stuff is going on, because like you said back in Luke, and in the Gospels, Jesus was talking about this himself. You're going, so I mean, that's probably why they were so strong through it all, because they knew it was going to happen. They saw it happening.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, this is, nobody is, nobody wants to die, but they were willing to die for what they believed, and this salvation that we find in Christ. It's this powerful stuff. And because any one of these guys could have denounced it and went on to live the rest of their lives and at home with their families, but they chose to do this. So if that's not testament for y'all that need to hear it, I don't know what else is. So
yeah,
but y'all got anything else for that section?
Nope.
All right.
The only thing we're waiting on is for you to wrap us up.
23. The next day, Agrippa and Bernice came with great pomp and entered the audience room with the high-ranking military officers and the prominent men of the city. At the command of Festus, Paul was brought in. Festus said, "King Agrippa and all who were present with us, you see this man. The whole Jewish community has petitioned me about him in Jerusalem, and here in hold on, go ahead, Devin. I'm getting tongue-tied in my brain.
Don't at me.
I got you. King Agrippa, all the men who are present with us, you see this man, about whom the whole assembly of the Jews petitioned me, both at Jerusalem and here, crying out that he was not fit to live any longer. But when I found that he had committed nothing deserving of death, and that he himself had appealed to Augustus, I decided to send him. I have nothing certain to write to my lord concerning him. Therefore, I have brought him out before you, and especially before you, King Agrippa, so that after the examination has taken place, I may have something to write. For it seems to me unreasonable to send a prisoner and not to specify the charges against him." They are so confused. They're like, can you imagine being in this room? You have like commanders, military leaders.
Right.
You're talking about political power leaders. And they're like, what are we doing here?
All high-ranking officers.
All high-ranking officers are like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. So,
Y'all don't have any proof or nothing. And it's just...
Well, it's one of them things where, you know how, like, if you're like say you're teenager at the house or whatever, and you have a older sibling or even at work, you have that one coworker, and it's like, they're saying something, you're like, nah, that's not right, and you're like, the best thing to do just be, hey, I don't know. Let's go talk to.
Let's go talk to the boss man.
Let's go talk to the big guy. Let's go talk to the boss.
Yeah.
And then the boss is like,
what are we doing here, y'all?
What
Yeah.
are you even talking about? And it's like he didn't have to do anything.
Yeah.
The boss done it.
That's right. He's saying all this,
Yeah.
and it's like, okay, where's your proof? We're sitting here. We're on the phone with the CEO. Like, what's going on? And he's like, okay, you're complaining about this, that he did this or whatever, right? You got the documentation. You got the proof. And they're like, no. I'm like, you're wasting my time.
You're fired.
Yeah. So that's probably how they feel. So.
And which it really is going, I mean, it's just, and it's, and again too, in this day and time, is helping, and this is just me thinking out loud, is helping the church essentially, because as you go along and you got now you have, now don't get me wrong, you had Jewish people who earnestly were thinking they were doing right, but then you have the Jewish establishment that's trying to disprove Christ for their own reasons. I think that's some of what was going on, but after from the gospel on through Acts and all this kind of stuff, you're seeing Paul and the rest of the disciples being brought in front of all these councils.
Oh yeah.
None of these councils can find fault in them.
Right.
And so that's just proven.
Yeah, we see it. We definitely see a common like thing happening.
Yeah.
Like with all of these trials and everything that they're being, presented with in the councils. So, but yeah, I mean, we all know how it ends, but it's just so. But I'm sure this is all documented in like Roman historical.
Oh, it is.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So
is.
like, not just here in the Bible, but y'all go check out like Roman historical records. Like this stuff really happened.
Yeah.
And it's like I
cool.
can't even imagine being just in the mine says auditorium, so you're in like a big fancy room with a lot of powerful people, and
it says they came in with great pomp.
right.
There's a parade, drums are going, music's going.
Yeah, they were decked out to
They
the
probably had
nines.
some elephants in there,
Probably camels,
and
whatever.
maybe even some like tigers or flamingos or
Shut up.
or
Anyway,
But yeah, these two chapters are just setting up, kind of laying the groundwork for what's going to happen in the next chapter.
right.
that's right.
It's just like, hey, it's preparing. So when we get to the next chapter, we'll do that, and we're almost to the end of.
I know we're almost finished with Acts. Everybody who's watching, and thanks for following along. We hope you enjoyed this series.
We're actually in discussion on what we're going to do next, and we've talked about doing an Old Testament book for a while, and I think
Yes.
we're going to try to tackle
Numbers.
Genesis.
Genesis.
No, we're not going to tackle Numbers.
Leviticus.
No.
Deuteronomy.
I mean, start your own podcast.
So Genesis, we are excited because
I mean, it's just
we talk about Jesus, we talk about the gospel. We've covered it in Luke, and then now we're covering it in Acts, the continuation of that. And I'm excited to kind of go to the Genesis and talk about creation and the foundation of existence.
because you can't understand why the story of Jesus is so powerful.
Why is it necessary?
If you can't understand depravity and why we need him.
That's right.
It's like that certain pastor that we don't mention. He talks about how we need to unhitch from the Old Testament. It's like, why? Without the Old Testament, you don't understand Jesus.
Yeah.
You don't understand why we need Jesus. It's because we are depraved. We're evil.
And
the
another
only thing that can make us righteous and set apart is Jesus.
my favorite thing about the whole thing is you have an all-powerful God, and he could have done it any way he wanted, but he chose the way he did.
He did.
Amen and
And
amen.
and that is, I mean, if that don't get you fired up, because I mean, to come down on our level,
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah.
and I mean that's powerful, because he didn't have to do any of that.
No. You're talking about the creator of the universe.
Yep.
Humbling himself. That's an oxymoron. How the creator of the universe humbled himself.
Yep.
Became a servant. Some say a bondservant, a slave to humanity to show us the way and to sacrifice himself through Jesus Christ.
Yep.
It's an amazing thing that happened, and I would say story, but it's a historical event.
Right. And it's still going on.
Yeah, this
Right.
is not a me original quote, but it's many people have said it. But look at all the other stories about gods and all this stuff. It's a man trying to ascend to Zeus or
Right.
whatever.
Enlightenment.
Insert
Yes.
God here, Buddha,
Right.
whatever.
That's right.
But in the story of Christianity, which is the true story, and you will talk a lot about the historical stuff when we get in there,
Yeah.
and just lay that foundation. But this is God, the creator of everything, coming down.
That's right.
It's the only story where the God pursues us.
That's right.
We have to, in the other religions, the pagan religions, you have to pursue the God. You have to.
Yeah, and even from creation, like
I mean, we do pursue God, but
right.
This is Him humble.
Right.
Yeah, but the only reason that we get to pursue God is because He first pursued us.
Amen and amen.
I mean,
Right.
it's just, you think about it, He didn't have to create us. Like, you're talking about mind, body, and soul. He didn't have to create a being in His like image. That was a gift. So, from the beginning of time and the first humans that were created, we see Adam and Eve. The gift of life, the gift of creation of man, is very just like, it's not very reminisced upon, So
Right.
but to have the understanding of that is amazing. So anyway, so that's how I look at it.
Well, I think that's it for podcast today.
I think it
Unless
is.
y'all have anything else y'all want to close with.
Peace on earth, goodwill towards men.
Amen to that.
Well, hold on. Since we are speaking of Chuck Norris,
Okay.
let's all end with a Chuck Norris joke. Tell us the best one that y'all know of.
Well, you already used mine. That was my favorite one. Is like he don't do push-ups. He pushes the earth down. That was my favorite one. For sure.
I'm gonna cheat.
Okay, cheat.
I googled.
Okay.
And here's some good ones. When Chuck Norris was born, he drove his mom home from the hospital.
That's a good one.
That's
okay.
a good one.
When Chuck Norris slices onions, the onions cry.
Yeah.
Chuck Norris counted to infinity twice.
Okay. It's been a while since I heard that one. I like that one.
Yeah. You got any?
Yeah. No, I don't. But yeah.
There's a lot of them.
Time waits for no man, unless that man is Chuck Norris.
That's right.
But y'all have a good one.
Y'all
We'll see you on the next
day.
episode.
Y'all have a good week.